This is Clean Money TV.
How you doing? I hope you're well. Welcome to Business Conversation once again. And today it's even more specific. I remember last time we touched on farming in general, and then we tried to demystify the difference between agriculture, agribusiness, and then agro-process. We sat down and thought, what can we be able to zoom in on out of some of the things that we touched on last time? And it was very interesting that we came up with the avocado. It is a super crop, a wonder crop that Kenya is leading in terms of producing, but unfortunately is not leading in terms of processing. On the agricultural bit of farming, we are top 10. We are top clean in the world, by the way. We are top 10 in the world in terms of the agricultural bit. But the agribusiness and the agro-processing side, hapo tuko pabaya. So we're going to look into that. What can we be able to do right after farming has been done? I'm Odipo G. With me, kama kawaida, Nick and Kanyarati. Karibu sana, gentlemen. Santeni sana, santeni sana.
So do you wait for your question?
Wait for my question. You know, the first person I actually met who introduced me to mechanization of avocado was you.
Yeah.
How exactly does someone even start with the whole, just the processing bit? So I'm a farmer. I have finished harvesting my 100 tons of avocado, and I'm sick of brokers, because brokers are breaking people. There are some brokers who are breaking people. So how do I even start? Because after meeting you is when now I started seeing the opportunities, you know, from the pack houses to the where, to the what I can be able to do, to the machines to use. How does someone even get into that frame of where to start from right after the agricultural bit has stopped?
I appreciate you acknowledging that I introduced you to a whole new world, but that was just a scratch on the surface on what happens in the avocado world. Because what ends after harvesting is what is called post-harvest handling. And that is the area, the difference between a loss and profit, how you handle it. So once you've said you have 100 tons of avos and you want to take it to a pack house, as we said earlier, start from the contract. Okay, before you harvest, you need to know what type of avos, one, the variety that the pack house needs.
The Hass, the Fuerte.
The Hass, Fuerte, Pinkato.
That means some people it's rocket science.
No, Hass is the avocado that has rough skin. Okay?
Inaka acne.
Yes, it's an acne avocado. Yes. Fuerte is a smooth skin avocado. Now, how do you know? Of course, the skin. But now, when Hass is ripe, Hass turns purple. When Fuerte is ripe, Fuerte remains green.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are the avos you see on memes.
Yes.
Okay, the president called them meme. So who am I? So the avos you see on memes that have mtu anasema the avocado that has gone to school and lived with both parents.
Yes.
That is probably either Fuerte or Hass. Yeah, those are the avos that come like that. So the other thing is,
Please remember, there's also a third one.
reed.
Yes.
There's reed, and then there's Pinkerton. Then there's now the avocado that you get the size of your head. That is the jumbo avocado. Yeah, it's a local variety. So it's not a grafted one. The rest are all grafted apart from the jumbo. So that's, people call it GMO. It's not. It's just a grafted avocado. Yeah. So as you've said, before you harvest, go know what they want. Then
that's the market, knowing what the market wants.
What the market wants.
Yes.
Then the sizes they need. Avocados are based on sizes. This from size 10 to size 32. Okay, the smaller the number, the bigger the fruit. Okay, and when they tell you it's a size 10, it only means we have 10 avocados in a 4 kg box.
Okay.
So
That's export for export.
that's for
We're
export.
talking about export.
Yeah,
market.
me, I'm
Yes.
talking export. Local, I'll leave you guys to pack them in a gunia. But when it comes to export, it's the size is, if somebody tells you I need size 12, they mean 12 fruits in a 4 kg box.
Yes.
They will fit.
So standard is 4 kg, 4 kg.
Standard is 4 kg. Then when you get to size 26 to size 32, they're now packed in a 10 kg box because they're small. Okay, they fit in a 10
so much
kg.
space.
Yeah, so they fit in a 10 kg box. So that's how it's done. Okay, so once you've harvested, you know this guy needs from this size to this size. You now come to a pack house. The pack house has a packing and grading machine. Okay, which cleans and kills pests, waxes, sorts in sizes, and gives you back your rejects.
That's the one you showed me.
Yes.
Hey,
I have seen that machine.
That machine was
It is the one.
Manze, you'll make guys who are going to watch this thing feel like I'm the one-stop solution for all this.
But aren't you? Are you saying you're not?
No, I am. I know.
Does that. You know,
That machine does that. Yeah, they like space.
Cleans, waxes, grades. By the time they're coming out the other
You forgot
side,
the
It's a
pest.
reject.
Go on.
yeah, everything.
Yeah, it's a
That
reject.
machine is
So,
something.
and that's what we do as a company.
Yeah.
So once that is done, a farmer will sit there, and it's an openly transparent process.
Yes.
You will be there. You'll be given a dust coat, and you'll be given a seat, and you'll be told, okay, those are your fruits. Now they're poured in the water. First, it's water to clean the dusts and all that from the farm. Then there's a substance called tecto that actually kills the pest. Then you dry it, wax it, then it sorts.
Now you see, the interesting thing is everything you have mentioned, it is possible for someone to do that and they don't have any of those machines.
Yes.
Yes, it's very possible.
Very possible.
It's actually very,
Which is what now many of us have no idea about.
yes.
Yeah, because it's a biblical thing that people perish for lack of knowledge.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So before you perish, try to know.
Yeah, because-
we have over. Currently, you're talking. This year, we're going to add another 5 more pack houses to Kenya, bringing the total to around 20-25
Wow.
pack houses
Yeah, yeah.
that you can just walk in with your fruit boxes and sit and wait for your produce.
Everything else.
Everything is done under your company name, and you ship it.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, you just pay the pack house.
Yes. You see, what people sometimes imagine that if I want to pack avocados or if I want to process avocados, I need to first have like 30, 40 million for the machine, for the warehouse.
Which is still good.
Yeah, but you can just get into a contractual agreement because it is something. Yeah, it is something I have actually seen. You know, it's something I have actually seen, and it's something.
You can say I've
it's-
taken you to see.
Yes,
We have gone round.
It is something that Nick has taken me to see.
Not only that, I have not. He took me to what, 5 of them?
I've taken you to 5, yeah.
Some as far as Ruiru, others within Embakasi area, near the airport. That facility is available.
So now let's look at the value chain. So the first, of course, encounter and the first.
But I think there's a place you left out. With all this, with all that line of packing, and what does that mean? That product is for?
That product is an export market.
Yes.
But you see, as a country, if we regulate what we are eating, okay, because there's no point of, this COVID period has brought so much to the fore. There's no point of me going to take a fruit that you have handled with your hands. Okay, we need to now come to a point whereby we buy packaged food and fruits. Okay, so that when a farmer has done everything, let them just pack it in a way that the contamination is minimized.
You know,
we can't kill it, let's minimize it. Okay, because you eat a loaf of bread, but you can't go to the street and buy a slice of bread.
Yes.
Yes. So let us come to a point where
But you can. Mini BBK, born and bred in Kibra.
Yes.
We could buy slices of bread.
But you had a way of carrying it home.
Yes,
Thank you. So reduce contamination. So what were you asking?
No. The bottom line here is what you are saying. And I agree with you. In the end, we need to create a system that will be simple to understand and educate people as to why you are saying we need to reduce contamination. I think these days of washing our hands and sanitizers, making sure you wear that mask when it's necessary. But that's the truth of the matter. And that's why you're bringing it out clearly that we need to find a solution. And people are not educated. Most of us just know you walk into a shamba, pick your fruit. Yes. And someone on the street cuts for you a slice and tells you, eat it here.
If you look at it on the reverse, the amount of employment we are going to generate in business just from packaging produce is so much. Because there's the harvester, the farmer, the pesticide company, the packaging, and also the seller.
And even the logistics.
And the logistics. Those are 6 people. So we'll have employed 6 people per fruit.
So there's something I saw when we visited those pack houses, and it actually got me into the line of business that I'm actually doing. You know, you provide the machinery and everything. So I saw we do the whole processing of spices and everything, and we'll see how to just educate guys more on that. But I saw quite a bit of waste in terms of rejects. There were quite a number of rejects, you know, and that's when now I got the idea of, you know, these rejects can be processed. Can be processed into various aspects, you know. And I believe, Kanyarat, you're getting into oil pressing.
Yes.
How did that come about? How did that come about? In terms of, you saw the opportunity and you did not think, let me export the fruit, but let me extract.
Okay, mine is really based on a little, not too much experience, but more like always asking myself, why are we always getting the short stick side of the stick in any product, especially those that we grow in this part of the world. Even exporting just the flesh product, the value is still not as high. It's a good deal, people enjoy it, the money is not bad, but we can triple or even much more than that. So, in fact, my first experience to asking myself this process was Nick again. We thought maybe we should try this, but without knowledge and understanding, my people perish. So we bought, I think, a truckload of avocados. Of course, there were many rejects. In the end, I saw the figures and I'm asking myself, why then are why am I getting into this business if what I'm putting in, I'm getting much less than even what I put in?
There's more rejects.
Yes. From that, I said, fine. Let me stop. Let me ask myself, what can be done differently?
What else?
What else? That's when I sat down and started doing my research. But I'll tell you even more. My big experience is when I went to the village. We had gone for one of my relatives, their daughter was getting married, a Rorashio. It has to be. So where we sat, there was that beautiful big avocado tree. And that avocado tree had fruit on it. Yes. So I asked him, man, you have a nice tree. How much do you make from this? He told me, I don't even really know, but I know I make some money. I know what he said. Some brokers come, they tell us, oh, the season is here for ripe avocados. He tells them, you claim, when you bring them down, we'll talk about the numbers that when they're down. They don't even have a discussion, end-to-end idea of what to do and how much. The broker comes, he picks his fruits, puts them down, he actually packs them in sacks. In sacks. Then he says, okay, this sack looks like, it's that big one, 1,000 shillings. They don't even go down to the nitty-gritty to understand it. So when I started having a conversation with him, I started asking, so how much is it per piece? He told me, I don't even know. That guy's buying in bulk. How much does it take, or how long does it? He told me, no, I think the season he's not even sure. So in short, he's losing out because he hasn't done his homework. Nobody has done it for him either.
He's not doing agribusiness. He's
not.
He's doing agriculture.
No. He's a farmer in the village.
That guy's a farmer.
That's why I'm saying the farmer in the village does agriculture in the sense that
exactly
what he knows.
Yes.
If you ask him the details about how to plant, how to water, how to bring the crop up to maturity, he knows.
Yes.
Details because it's a culture in him. But now if you get to the point of the hard questions that you're asking him, Kanyarat, now that's agribusiness. He has no idea.
No, and there are so many other.
He doesn't know the cost. He doesn't know
that tree from us.
Exactly. If you ask him about his working capital requirements, he will tell. If you ask him, quantify the time value of what you're doing, he doesn't know.
But you have to understand, like you guys have clearly insinuated, the challenge is people are not educated and don't see the big picture. And that's why I took my time now. I decided, let me go and do my homework. The homework was based on this. I sat down and asked myself, the avocado, what else is there besides exporting it as a fruit?
The whole fruit.
What can I do? So what did I say? I started doing my homework. I realized one of the best returns on avocado is the oil. It is produced in 3 levels. There's crude, which is generally used in a lot of the cosmetic industry and pharmaceuticals, as a base oil, and also as a beauty product additive.
Yes.
Then the second level, of course, then is virgin. Virgin, now you start dealing with what you can cook with, what you can use in salads and additives. And then there's the extra virgin, which is the what you call premium. Just like olives, how they have virgin and extra virgin. So it's exactly the same. Then I asked myself, then what? Then there are the qualities of what you're dealing. Then you ask yourself, when you produce this avocado and you have the oil, which is of that different, where will I take it? That's where now I ask myself, you need to start with the market, where you're going to, and then, because equipment is available. If you have the resources, it's easy to get. Fruits are available. That's where I start. Then I sat myself and asked myself, so what will it entail? I sat down and did a business plan. I needed to know what it will mean for me to invest in this industry. Of course, it means that I have to sit, I have to get the equipment. Who is supplying me the equipment? There's a variety. The internet is full of people who will supply you the equipment, from China to other European countries that produce the equipment. Then you ask yourself, if I go into this, what will that mean? I need a plant house where I'm going to, I need who's going to supply me. I can't be going to collect them from the farms myself. People have to deliver them. What the cost is going to be, how much quantity I need to produce a liter of oil, because we know the production of oil, the oil actually in the pulp is only at highest is 15%. Generally, good quality fruit will give you, especially like the
Has will give you 22 to 24% of oil,
which is good. Now, those are the figures now someone needs to understand. Why will I pay a bit of a premium but get the Hass?
So you'd rather go for Hass?
Of course. Yes. Because then I have a better return on my... That's the research I did. And then over now I said, so who am I going to sell it to? Market. So I have finally connected with markets outside who are willing and want to buy the product.
Yes.
And so that's where we are.
When it comes to processing more so of oil, it's better to think industry.
Now, that's where we are.
Yes.
Now, beyond that, I've even understood that there's so much more. I think even Nick knows, and you now know that there are other products which you can...
There's so much more we can do.
Because you can start with the avocado.
Yes.
Everything at every stage, you will have something to produce from it.
Very true.
And that's what we are saying, value adding at every stage.
Because an oil only, you have mentioned 3.
Exactly.
Crude, extra.
If I call it just oil, let's just say
oil.
oil.
Is already broken into 3.
Yes.
To get the oil, we need to cut the avocado.
No, first it's a usual. First you need the equipment.
Yeah, okay.
Just like his, you need to wash and clean.
Yes, you need
first
to wash
step.
and clean and everything.
Wash and clean. Then you did something called depeating. Depeating means it's cast. You some of them you don't even remove the skin. Others you can remove depending on what equipment you use. At that level, then the peat, which is the seed in the middle, is put to the side. The rest goes into a machine called a malaxa, where it whips up the pulp and then pushed into a machine where it's either a decanter or an oil pressing machine that now starts producing oil. If you want quality, it means you put in a quality product.
Yes.
If you want crude, it means that you don't necessarily have to have the very high quality product, but you still get at the end a product. At the end, now you get oil, the 3 types of oil. But again, you can choose, I don't want to do too much, I don't want to invest too much, I just need crude oil. No, it's export product. Everything is export.
I'm actually currently...
It's export.
I'm currently doing something with the Kiridi, Kenya Industrial Research Development Institute. Yes. It was very interesting. I honestly did not know an institution like Kiridi exists. I didn't know. So a friend of mine who runs a company called Saru Organics, very interesting. They do. She's one of the people who we have to have.
Call her, we have space for one.
Yeah. So I didn't know that Kiridi has all these equipments that you're talking about. The dryers, the cleaners, the dryers, the working space, the working tables, and even the oil press. You know, so we're currently doing something with coriander. I want to do something with coriander. You know, and with now the avocado season checking in, and we'll also it's still out. I'll also be doing something in relation to avocado. But Sasa, you see, we've talked about the pulp, what you can do with the pulp. Yeah, the skin doesn't go to waste. Briquettes.
Yes.
Interesting enough.
And even going to, as you speak of the skin, there's something very interesting. You can actually press it as they are. When they are still, put them in a machine, press, there's still an element of oil, which is
really?
there. Do you know what that oil is? You just need to process it a bit, and you produce diesel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Biodegradable.
Biodiesel.
This is Clean Money TV.